Go.
He says
All right, excuse me. We're learning math. 11.2. Radical equations.
I don't know why, but for some reason your screen looks way brighter, and I like it. Like it looks way brighter.
What?
That's
Yeah, it
such
looks
a weird
brighter
thing
than
to
usual.
say.
Yeah.
For some reason.
Yeah,
I
it
like
actually looks
it.
brighter. Like, normally it's dark.
Because the light, this light is completely off on the you know, the projector,
That's why it's
the
fuzzy.
camera. Like, watch.
Oh my god.
Wait, look.
It looks dark.
Oh yeah.
Ew.
Can you go back to it?
To the other one?
Yes.
Okay, because see, watch. Because see, this changes. There's that.
That looks
better.
bright.
I like that better.
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
there's no like
Actually, this is not what I originally had.
What do you normally
This is what it was just a while ago.
That looks like more like dots.
See, there's this.
Wow.
This. That's when I have the bright light. That's when I can see better.
Is this because of blue light?
Okay, this is what I normally have. And it's a light on this camera up here. This light's been turned off, the small one, and then this one has a little light.
Wait, can you do the one that looks different?
Yeah.
No, I'm going to teach. You don't like this one?
No,
Okay, but the thing is, it's fuzzier. Like Cecilia said, right?
Fuzzy.
Not as clear. This one is clear, but a
You
little
like
bit
the
easier on the
fuzzy?
eyes.
Are you a sushi chef?
Okay,
No, she's an
Alright.
artist.
she's not a chef.
I get that.
All right, here we go. I'm just going to give you examples, okay? And then I'm going to teach as I go. I figured that would be the easiest thing to do. All right, here we go. What we're doing is we're doing like intruder alert, isolate the variable. What I want to know is, what is x? What does x actually mean? What is it? Right now, we have the square root of x. That's not isolate the variable because we got to get x without the radical sign. So the only way to remove that radical sign is to, watch this, we're going to square both sides. When we square this, then it goes away. But what is 7 squared?
You can't
Oh,
square that.
isn't it like 7 times 7?
Oh, it's 49.
And there we are.
Nice. That's easy.
Yeah.
Is that all we're doing today?
Pretty much. I mean, I'm going to take it up a notch, of course. This is the beginning. Okay, so think about what we're doing here. The square root of something. If I were to do the square root of 36, what would that be? 6. So it's basically 6 squared, right? Correct? So that's why we can get rid of this, by squaring it. Because that's the whole idea of a square root. But to get rid of it, are y'all listening? To get rid of it, Cecilia, you listening? To get rid of it, you have to do it to both sides. Do you see that, Izzy? To get rid of that square root, you have to do it to both sides. Let's do another one.
I'm confused with that thingy right here, this equation. Why didn't we do the square root for 36?
This is just an explanation. That was just an explanation for something. Don't worry about that. All right, so Michaela, I'm going to pick on you. So I had the square root of x equals 50. I want to know, what does x really mean? How do I solve for x?
Do the square root of parentheses.
Square both sides. So then I get x equals 2,500. Because again, we're looking for the x that's inside the radical sign. It'd be like this. If this, look here, Michaela, if this was an x instead of 36, and I said equals 6, then if we square 6, it's 36. You see how it's the same?
Oh, okay, I get it.
Okay.
Kind of, yeah.
Okay.
Because it's already squared.
Bingo. Let's do another one. Are there any questions so far? Because let's go back and check. In fact, I want to do that. Let's go back and check. X equals, in fact, I think y'all should do that. Let's put, because remember, we're looking for the x that's inside the radical sign. So if we go back and put 2,500 in here, what's the square root of 2,500? 50. So does that check? Yes, it does. Do you see that? I could do the same right here. Look, Michaela, if I go back and replace this x with 49, what is the square root of 49?
7.
So does that check?
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Does that make more sense, guys? Michael, does it make sense? Okay. Let's see. What if I did this? Oh, no. You see this negative sign here? I'm going to write some notes here. Whenever the square root equals a negative, there is no real solution. So whenever the square root equals a negative, there is no real solution. So your answer is no real solution. So make sure you write that down. We should do the conga line out the door today after the pep rally. Because it's spring break.
What's door?
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
All right, never mind. Y'all are
I'll
so
do it.
not fun.
I want to.
I'll do it.
I'll do it.
Me and Roach have been doing it.
I don't know how to do
You're like
conga.
boring.
I'm not
But
boring.
you have to
Well,
lead
what
us.
door? What do you mean?
I don't go there. What door?
What? See,
And I also
exactly.
can't dance, so that could be fun.
Hey,
It's
no,
not dancing, it's just walking like
Yeah.
this.
we're partying out the door
Me and Roach
for
used to do
spring
it.
break.
Y'all
It's
are
fun.
I'm not.
All right, shh. All right, Taylor. Good job. All right, let's do another one. No, Cecilia,
Oh
you
my
were
gosh.
dancing.
Well, then you're not 7th grade anymore.
All right, shh. She can do whatever she wants to. It's a free
Six.
country. All right. Quit taking away her rights.
Actually, that's depressing.
Actually, you're correct. In this school, your rights, you leave your rights at the door.
That's why I don't go to school. No, just kidding.
You're sitting in my classroom right now,
Or
Taylor.
am I?
Exactly.
All right, here we go. Let's see, Izzy. How do I solve this? You square what? There you go.
Be a person watching this and they're going to think, oh, she's boring.
Okay. Shh. All right, so what's my answer? No, we have all the time in the world. Go ahead. You work it out. Work it, girl.
You go first.
No, don't say that. That's not good.
Everyone's fun.
No, if they
If
don't
they're
do
on the
it.
line.
No. You know what? You're like bullies.
Yeah.
All right, what is it?
It's 144.
You are correct. 144. Smart children.
The day before yesterday.
No. All right, here we go. Does anyone have any questions? All right. Does everyone have this down?
12 times 12, and that's how we, okay. Yeah.
Yes. Come on, Michaela, pay attention.
I was thinking about, okay.
No, I know that's what you're thinking. So that's why I'm bringing you back.
Stop thinking.
All right. Now we are going to be solving radical equations. Now that y'all understand how, equations. I don't know why I said that. I'm already on spring break. Solving radical equations. Okay, so now y'all understand how to eliminate the radical sign. That's what we just did. You learned how to get rid of it. Right? Okay, now I'm taking it a step further. Solving radical equations. They're radical. They're rad. All right. Step 1, you're going to isolate the radical on one side of the equation. You're going to isolate the radical on one side of the equation. Now, some of you may think that sounds a little familiar. It is the same as isolating the variable, meaning intruder alert.
Is the radical, is that the thing? Yes, okay.
Yep. Good question.
Oh no, I actually wrote meaning because I was listening to what you said.
That's okay. It's about time you listen.
What does the little dot in the comma under it mean?
That's a semicolon.
What does it mean?
That's grammar.
So you just put it for fun.
Yes, I put it for fun.
He put it for fun.
Step 2, square both sides. That's what I just showed y'all of the equation. So step 2 is what I just showed y'all. You know, getting rid of the radical sign, squaring both sides. So first step is to isolate the radical on one side. Then step 2 is to square both sides. Step 3, solve the resulting equation if necessary. And that's not your opinion, that's if you can. And then step 4, check. And I showed y'all how to check. Just putting your answer back into X and seeing if it works. While y'all finishing up, do y'all know on this day, last year, we were told all the schools are shut down. Literally on this day last year. Yep, I kept a log. Well, I don't know why, but on this day last year, they made the announcement that all the schools were shut down and we were in full-blown quarantine. And it was, you know,
On 13th. So.
I'm scared.
it was scary because one of my posts was I post on social media to all the parents to relax, that this is uncharted territory for everyone, schools, parents, kids, and to relax that we will continue teaching y'all the best that we can. We got this. And my last comment on there was, hopefully this is just a short little time. I laughed when I read that this morning. I was like, oh, well.
You're wrong.
I was wrong, but you know what? Hey, it was short in the fact that it only lasted until the end of the school year. I thought it was just going to be a couple of weeks. We all did, you know. Then it was to the end of the school year. And then, but look at us now. We may be all spread out, have to wear masks and do some of the weird things, but really, this is very minor compared to last year. We're in the classroom, we're learning, we're not having to go through the craziness that we did. So really, we've come a long way.
Did y'all?
But I'm technically looking from like 80 1. This is very short.
From when?
Like 81.
1981?
No, 81.
Oh, well, yes. Yeah, this is a very just blip in the road. We've made history, right? We're in the history books, right?
Did you, before
This is
COVID,
cool.
did y'all have landlord-dads?
Oh, yeah, we'd have like
Really?
17, 18 kids in here.
How?
All put together in rows.
Yeah.
Okay, shh. All right, here's an example. Let's say I had 3x under the radical sign plus 18 equals 27. See, I tell these stories to help people that are a little bit slow at writing catch up. Okay, so here's my equation. Step 1, we're going to isolate the radical on one side of the equation. So what we're doing is trying to get, this is your radical, and we want it on one side of the equation. Pretend that this is one big letter. Even though it's 3x under a radical sign, pretend that this is the one variable we have to isolate. This would be u, right? And in Intruder Alert, this would be u. Who's the 18?
He's the cop.
He's the bad guy.
He's the robber.
He's the robber. This is the
Cop.
cop. This is one of Eagle Heights seniors that's broken into your house and is trying to attack you.
Why?
I don't know. Okay. So,
You just
all right.
really don't like
So which one, what do we need to get rid of, Joanne? The 18. That's right. We want to get rid of the bad guy first. How do we get rid of the bad guy?
You subtract 18 from those.
That's right. We're going to subtract 18 from both sides. And I'm left with radical 3x, that's what I call it, and 27 minus 18 is 9. All right. Any questions about the move I just made or Joanne just made? Makes sense, right? Well, you've been doing this kind of stuff all year. You're just doing some weird things here, okay? Now, Joanne, how do I get rid of the radical signs? Because step 2 says square both sides, because we're getting rid of radical sign. Getting rid of radical sign. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. Number 2, getting rid of radical sign. Y'all got it? All right. So how do I get, did you get it, Joanne? Okay. How do I get rid of the radical sign, Joanne? That's right. So I'm going to square both sides. So now I'm left with 3x equals 81. I'm going to stop right there. Make sure y'all understand what I did there. You see what I did with it?
Wait, so you have to take the radical sign out?
Uh-huh.
Once you do that?
Once you've isolated the radical, step 1, isolate the radical. That means, isolate. Isolation means all by itself, okay? So once you have isolated the radical and everything underneath it, got rid of the 18, Then we want to get rid of the sign itself. So we square both sides. This doesn't become 9x squared. This just gets rid of the sign. And then this becomes 81. Y'all see that?
But if you kept it in the radical sign, would it be wrong?
Yes. Now, Joanne, what do I do? That's right. Just good old-fashioned intruder alert. X equals 27. Any questions? Yes.
I thought whenever we did intruder alert, you're supposed to move yourself. We're supposed to remove the bad guy.
Yeah, well, here, you're the X. This is the bad guy. We want to get him out of the house.
Yeah.
Up here, this is you, because see the variable's with you, right? This is you, bad guy. We got rid of the bad guy. Now, we've got to get rid of the sign, and now we've got another bad guy in us.
Which is the 3?
Yep, so we got rid of the 3.
Oh, yeah, you get rid of... Yeah. Okay,
Yep.
I get it.
I just
Got it?
realized the cop did nothing.
The cop. Never mind. Okay. You gotta rely on yourself, buddy. Okay, here we go. The cop ate them.
He's 81 years old now.
Look, the cop is eating them.
He's on the outside of the door though.
And he took them away.
He kept time.
No one ever sees them again.
The cop kept time.
That's illegal.
Here's another example.
He's a cop.
He can do whatever he wants to. He got rid of the bad guys
He's a cop.
after you shoved them out the door. All right, here we go. Radical x plus 4 equals 1. Emily, what do I do? Yes, very good. She's going to get rid of the 4. Do you see that? No, don't look at me. Look up here. Do you see she's getting rid of the 4 first? And we do that by subtracting. Y'all should be able to do that in your sleep now. And I'm left with radical x equals negative 3. Now, hold on. Taylor, we're talking about math now. Do you see this negative sign? Are we allowed to have a negative sign? No negative. No negative. But guys, I need y'all to work this out just to make sure. Okay? For future reference. This right here, all we have right here is the square root of x equals negative 3. We can stop there. It's no real solution. That's your answer because it's square root of x equals a negative. So it is no real solution. But I'm going to put a little note here. 2 stars. In fact, last year I put 4 stars. To find no real solutions. You must isolate the radical first. Okay, which is what we did. Which is what we did. Okay, but you're going to have problems that may look like this. See that?
Wouldn't you just do the same exact way?
That's right. Listen to what I'm saying, okay? If you have a problem like this, it hasn't been isolated. You haven't even started on it. But there's a negative over here. I have students always put, oh, no real solution. There's a negative on this side of the equal sign. Don't do it. you must isolate the radical first. You must do all the work to get this by itself first and then see if there's a negative. Because look right here. Was there a negative in the beginning over here? It appeared after we did the work. So you cannot assume by just looking at this number if there's going to be a solution or not. So you must solve first, because in reality, this might end up being, I mean, it doesn't in this case, but it might end up having a solution based on all your work. Okay, so solve, isolate the radical first. Okay, all right. Let's keep going. Let's do another one. We've got a lot of examples to do. Oh, a lot.
17,000?
Shh. All right, here we go. We've been doing a lot of talking. Okay, so let's see. Cecilia, you solve this one. Very good. Now what? Now what's C? That's right. You square them both. And what do I get? What happens after you square them? What'd you get? We get 2x, because we removed the radical sign, right, Cecilia? Equals what? Did you get this? Okay, that's what I'm looking for. Now what do I do? How do I solve for x? Nope. What operation is taking place with the x? Look up here. So what's the opposite? There you go. We're going to divide both sides by 2. And what do I get, Cecilia? Very good. Any questions? Taylor, sit up. All right, Cecilia, I'm going to have you do another one. Did you get it written down, Izzy? Okay. I'm going to have you redeem yourself. All right, Cecilia. Square root of 68 plus x equals 8. All right, you tell me exactly what to do. You can't do that. It's all under the radical sign. So what do I do? You know? Michael, what do we do? We're going to square, not square root. We're going to square what? Okay, so see, to get rid of the square root sign or the radical sign, we have to square everything. And what am I left with, Michael? All right, Michael, now what do I do? Subtract what? Good. Well, wait, that's not saying radical x equals -4. That's just saying x equals -4. So this is okay. It's if this was a radical equals -4.
a radical just has the sign.
Okay, Cecilia, you're going to do another one. Do you have questions, Cecilia? All right, let's do another one. Does anyone have questions? All right, Cecilia, 9 times the square root of x plus 1 equals negative 108. All right, what do I do first? What do we need to get rid of first? Well, is there something on the outside of square root? So can I get rid of it first? How do I get rid of it? Think of what operation is taking place. What's the 9 doing with the square root? So what are we dividing? Everything by 9. Y'all see that? What am I left with now? Wait, just x plus 1? Or radical x plus 1? That's right. Have we gotten rid of the radical sign yet? No. So negative 108 divided by 9 is negative 12. Now, we would, but have we isolated the radical sign by itself? Yes, we have. And Cecilia, look. What's that? No negative. There you go. No real solution. We can stop right there.
Wait,
How come we didn't do the square thing?
Because is the radical sign all by itself now? We've gotten rid of the 9, yes? Radical sign is all by itself, and it equals a negative.
But it has a plus 1.
The radical cannot equal a negative. So then it's no real solution.
why couldn't we just say that with the negative 108?
Because you first, remember what I said, you first have to isolate the radical. And this is not isolated yet. We had to get rid of the 9. This right here, look up here. This one is already isolated. If this was a negative, it'd be no real solution. This one had the 9. Now let's look at this. This was not isolated. It had the negative 5. We got rid of that. Now it's isolated, but look, see, this was a negative 3. Now we have a positive, so it can work out. You see what I'm saying? You have to isolate the radical first, and then see if there's going to be a negative over here.
So once you isolate it, if it equals a positive,
You can keep going. Yeah.
Okay.
If it's
But
a
if
negative,
okay.
there you go.
Oh, that makes more sense.
See, like this one right here. We had to get rid of the 4. Now this is isolated. Oh, but it equals a negative. Get it? All right. Nope. All right. Another example. We're going to do a lot. 4 times the radical 2x plus 1 equals 24. Whit, tell me what to do.
You have to divide 4.
Divide everything by 4.
And then you cross out the 4s, and then you divide 24 by 4.
Oh, let me pause the recording. Hello. Whit, what are you left with?
6. Radical 2x plus 1 equals 6.
Very good. Now what do I do? We've isolated the radical.
What is it called? What's the 2 above the
Square.
You square 2x plus 1 and 6.
You got it, Cecilia? Now what do I have?
You have 2x plus 1 equals 36.
Now what do I do?
Subtract 1. And then subtract that by 36, and then you get 35 equals 2x. And then you divide 2 by 2 and then 35. And then you get the decimal. I don't know what it is.
17.5. Save you some time. Any questions? All right, open up your books. Make sure you have this down. Page 459, examples. All right. Three. Square root of x equals 15. Cecilia, what do I do?
Start writing it.
Okay.
You square both of them.
Very good. And what are you left with?
X equals 235. No.
No, you're right. Good job. Excellent.
Get it?
Good job. 5. 2 times square root of x equals 36. Emily, what do I do? Talk me through it. Come on.
I don't
Huh? Izzy, divide what? On both sides. Because we're getting rid of the 2. You see that? Because this is multiplying, the opposite is division. What am I left with, Izzy? All right. What?
Wait, no.
What? We divided, so what do I write now?
The x thingy.
The
Yeah.
radical x equals what? 18. Now what do I do, Izzy?
Square.
Square everything.
because
And what do I write? I'll tell you the answer if you just tell me what to write. 324. I'll save y'all some time. Any questions about this?
Why can't you just? Oh wait, never mind.
All right, Emily, you're going to redeem yourself. Number 7. Negative 3 times the square root of x equals negative 18. Tell me what to do. Huh? By what? On both sides. Right? So now tell me what to write. I just write 6 over here? Do I write anything here? Huh? Radical x equals positive 6. Now what do? Square both sides. Now what do I write? Very good. Any questions? Gabby, number 9. Radical x minus 7 equals negative 3. And tell me what to write. Now tell me what to do. Tell me what to write. Very good. Let's do 11. Aiden, 3 plus radical x equals 19.
Oh, would you do -3?
Yep. Tell me what to write.
Radical x equals 16.
Tell me what to do.
Is 30.
Tell me what to write.
And use x equals 16.
Which is 256. Saved y'all some time. Any questions so far? Let y'all write that down.
That's the Minecraft code. Until
Got it? Really? All right, Gabby. Oh, wait, you did one. Taylor, 13. 5 times x minus 2 equals negative 15. What do I do?
divide everything by 5.
Perfect. Because we got to isolate that radical. So what do I write?
X minus
No?
radical x minus 2. I was going to say
Oh,
radical.
gotcha. Okay.
Equals -3.
All right.
So that's not real quick.
Why?
Because you can't have a negative.
Bingo. He's isolated the radical. It's all by itself now. And we have a negative. No negative. So the answer is no real solution. Good job. Yes. Any questions? Okay, I think y'all can handle this. Let's go ahead and get started. Page 459 to 460.
Wait, you mean page 59?
49.
Oh, 49. Oh, that's a lot of work. 459 to 460. Oh my.
That would take us like spring break and more. I'd say doing it 24 hours.
Numbers 2 through 20. That's 10 problems. Even. Due Monday after spring break.
You have a week to complete yours.
But 10 problems y'all should be able to handle.